So, tell us, Bruce, then, how can you beat this? I mean, is this like the event for you? Is this cream the career of?
Crowning glory.
I mean, to actually headline, I mean, it's great just to get up on that stage and look at the kids you might actually headline. It's a great achievement.
But you don't want to get nostalgic before you've done it.
No.
You know, which is what it amounts to. You know, you go on there sort of going, "This is the peak of my career. This is the pinnacle. This is my swan song. This is my Mort d'Arthur." You know, I mean, and you go out there with that sort of attitude, and you're already feeling like a museum piece. I mean, to me, it's another show. It's a lot of people.
It's nice in your town, though, Bruce.
Sorry?
It's nice in your hometown.
Well, it's almost in my hometown.
Near enough.
Near enough.
It's almost.
The nearest you're going to get into
almost
a festival.
In my hometown. Yeah, my grandma and granddad still live in Worksop, and I reckon they should be able to hear it.
Play with madness.
Yeah, what do you reckon to the state of British heavy metal from like when you was on the scene? Like
Well, I think they should all start trying. I mean, the great thing about bands like, you know, Saxon and Maiden and Samsons and all the bands of that period, even like, was that they all seemed to me to have a really strong British element to them, if you like.
Yeah.
That it didn't strike me that people were going out trying to be like Aerosmith clones or, you know, this sort of stuff. Which is just rubbish, because I mean, you know, people who come from Bradford, sorry, haven't got the same background as somebody that comes from LA. And LA and that whole kind of American sort of thing is what spawns that kind of music. And to me, if you come from, you know, Bradford, if you come from London, if you come from wherever you come from, that's your strength, that's your background.
Yeah.
Write to your strengths and design your music around what kind of person you are. And then you go over to North America and they love you.
Yeah.
Because they're sick of bands that come from LA with, like, you know, dressed in, like, turbans made of handkerchiefs, you know, and all the rest of it. You know, tattoos, trying to get lung cancer and with needles hanging out their arms. I mean, it's just like, oh yeah, another bunch of people trying to be more drug crazed and you know, live fast, die young. I mean,
yeah.
it's all a load of posing, most of it, and the music that comes out is generally pretty mediocre, and I think that there's a lot of talent in England.
Yeah, we believe that, but I mean, on the bands we've seen, we go around checking the bands out. The fun seems to have gone. At one time, you should just get your gear, get on stage, and enjoy it. Now it's so, well, we've got to go for a single market, we've got to try and get a record deal.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's people are like, people are selling themselves short. They're forgetting that the basic idea, I mean, I suppose it's all right for me to talk about it. Here I am in this, you know, going to go and headline Donington today and just say, well, the idea is go and have fun, you know. I mean, you know, people will say, well, you just paid a lot of money for going and having fun, you know. But it really does have to be, enjoyable. Because if it's not, people will suss you out.
Any material off the new album you think you'll be playing? Quite a bit.
Oh yeah, probably about, well, most of it.
Would you
everything bar a couple of tracks.
Yeah, and would you say this is the best Maiden album by far? In your opinion,
I'm not sure by far, but I would say it was, in my opinion, this was the best Maiden album. I'd say well, I don't know, everyone's got, like, something's going for it, and depends what kind of perspective you view the band from. Because some people view it from, like, you know, how can I put it? They like all the really epic songs and all the really long ones that really get into the 30 minutes. And there's some people just like the 3 and 4 minute really thrashy ones, like, you know, the Trooper and Rothschild and things like that.
And some like more melodic.
And some like, you know, like the quieter stuff we do. And everybody looks at things from a slightly different angle. So depending on what angle you look at it from, you know, you get some people that can't stand Peace of Mind, you know, and other people think it's the best album we've ever made. A lot of people think that. At the same time, I've heard some people say Power Slave was like a brilliant album. At the same time, other people think Power Slave was like a sit on the fence kind of, you know,
at that time.
Yeah, at that time.
One thing about a Maiden concert, though, Bruce, is you do mix most of the stuff from the other albums. It's a
it's a good
mix.
It's a good mix. I mean, we've got loads of stuff to choose from.
Yeah.
And this is actually the best set. This is the best set that we've ever had.
Yeah. Strongest, you think?
Strongest set. I know that because it just feels right, and it felt right from we first performed it. We didn't have to change anything. I think, like most things in life, it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. In most things, yes, it's very hard to maintain a relationship in rock music, but it's very hard to maintain a relationship anywhere in the modern world, to be honest with you. It's very hard to maintain a relationship if you've got 2 kids and you're living on the dole.
Yeah.
I mean, so really, you know, you can't go around with wearing your heart on your sleeve going, oh, it's so terrible, I had all this money and, oh, you know what I mean? I mean, there's lots of people that would like to have your problems. So while it's things that, you know, your personal life can be good or bad or indifferent, you know, so is everybody else's. And it's just something you've got to get on with.
A quote in one of the papers.
Yeah.
I Maiden, the Crusaders, to quit in December.
Oh, the Sunday, the Sunday smelly rag, yeah. Yeah, oh, you've got it there, have you? Oh, this one. I read this. I read this. It's. I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what it is here, right?
Is it true or not?
No, it's not true.
There we go.
It's a half-truth, actually. Like most things that you read in these papers, it's a half-truth.
This is the reason I brought it, Bruce, to just let people know why rock music takes a big knock through guys writing this.
Yeah. Well, the other thing was there was something in the Sun a few days ago that all our equipment had been taken apart and searched for drugs and for 48 hours, which is absolute rubbish, you know. But again, they just print this garbage. So anyway, now what it is, right, was we're taking like after this tour finished in December, we're having a whole year off.
Yeah.
Right. So the guy says, so you're having a whole year off. So you're splitting up for a year. He said, well, I suppose so. You know, we're just like, we're having a year off.
Yeah.
You know, and then we'll get together at the end of the year and start again.
Yeah.
You know, do another album and everything. Anyway, before I go, right, I've got something. No, not for you. I'm not going to give you anything. You're joking, aren't you? Right?
Oh, I've just changed my
There you go. Now, this, you could actually get both of you in this. This wonderful, this wonderful jacket here, padded, quilted, just a thing to keep you warm and your girlfriend on a Donington night, is the current Iron Maiden Seventh Son of a Seventh Son tour jacket, and is only available to people like me or people who work very closely with the band. And it's wonderful baseball, leather sleeves and all the rest of it. You can win it in this MTV competition, and all you've got to do is answer the simple question, which is, where was the current Iron Maiden album, that Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, where was the album recorded? In what European city? All right? So, you've got to send that in a letter or a postcard or something else like that with your name and address and telephone number on the back of it, so that if you win, you know, we know who you are, to the Iron Maiden competition, right? MTV's Metal Hammer, Post Office Box 1384, London NW1 OHW, England. Excuse if you're watching it over there, you see.
Pretty cool,
It
that, bro.
took us 6 months to read that address.
And
Isn't it marvellous? I just know how you've done
In
that.
fact, I think you deserve an MTV app for that.
That's
Yeah, we'll give you something.
Yeah.
Ah.
See, we can't even get a tour jacket, so, I mean, you're so lucky out there.
Like that, eh?
How about this? And
Hang on. Dear old
And for
American
you?
style, but, you know.
we'll give you an
Modify it
MTV. Look at this.
Yeah, that was cool.
What do you think, eh?
Donington material.
Oh, yeah.
That was
reckon,
Stormham.
Good image.
Stormham.
And the T-shirt as well for you, Bruce.
Wicked.
Wicked stuff.
Wicked stuff.
Once again, thanks for coming on, Bruce. Thanks
Great.
for the jacket. We'll give that away for you. No problem.
Don't forget the competition, and we'll catch Bruce later in the party. And he'll be more relaxed, and he'll put on one hell of a show. That we can promise, Des.
You're not getting the jacket mixed up, creeping.
I'm trying to get this.